guys, Antex here. Today I'll be covering the Forza Horizon Iceberg made by Box42 on Reddit. This Iceberg covers the entire Forza Horizon series, not just the newest games, so I'm sure that there will be some interesting stuff that many of you didn't even know about. Anyways, let's get into it and I hope you enjoy the video. Of course, as in basically any racing game, there is a fastest car in each Forza Horizon game. That being the Bugatti EV110 in Forza Horizon, the Ultimate GTI in Forza Horizon 2, the Jaguar D-Type in Forza Horizon 3, the Ferrari 599 XX Evo in Forza Horizon 4, and the Koenigsegg Jesko in Forza Horizon 5. As many people know, Forza Horizon is exclusive to Xbox, which is owned by Microsoft and Microsoft Windows. Forza Horizon series is based around the Horizon Music Festival. This festival is basically about music and cars and has lots of outposts across the Forza Horizon games. Barn finds are just barns with old abandoned cars inside them for your characters to find. These cars take a bit of time to restore once you've found them. As opposed to games such as Gran Turismo where you can only drive around a racetrack, in Forza Horizon you have an open world to drive around in. This concept has been around before the Forza Horizon series though. Sometimes online in Forza Horizon is a bit doo-doo. That's all I can really say on this one. PI stands for Performance Index and it indicates the overall performance of the car. So it's like the D class, the C class, the B class and so on. Believe it or not, Hospital Records is a real record label. They have a YouTube channel of over 480,000 subscribers as of the time of this being recorded. Sticking to the radio station theme, we have this entry which is actually wrong. There are no pop songs on Horizon XS and its host is an indie rock artist called Angelica Garcia. Forza Horizon 1, or rather just Forza Horizon, is literally just the first game in the series. Not sure why this is on the Iceberg. The creator of this Iceberg might be talking about something deeper about it, but I'm not sure because the title of this entry is quite vague. The Eliminator is a Battle Royale game mode in Forza Horizon 4 and 5 that was quite clearly inspired by Fortnite. And Forza Horizon has emotes, however Fortnite was obviously not the first game to have emotes inside of it. In May of 2019, Xbox posted a screenshot of some UI that they were working on, and on the right side of the screenshot you could see that someone on their friends list was playing Forza Horizon 4 Fujimo Kaido, which is a racetrack in Japan. However, Fujimo Kaido was spelt wrong, as it is actually spelt Fujimi Kaido. And his friend in the screenshot, Handlebar Hans, doesn't even exist. I assume that whoever was working on the UI at Xbox was just having a bad day at work and just decided to fake a leak to cause chaos. To be honest, that would be pretty funny. In Forza Horizon 4, there were 50-lap Goliath races, which the timer ended sometime throughout the race and you got DNF'd, along with 5 million credits and 500,000 influence. To celebrate the launch of Forza Horizon 4, Xbox went down to Goodwood with a McLaren Senna and some motorbikes. Not really much to talk about here. Quite often, people get harshly banned on Forza Horizon, sometimes for stupid reasons. Meanwhile, leaderboards are full of fake records, but Forza Horizon probably doesn't really care about those. At the beginning of Forza Horizon 5, lots of people were snatching up Willys Jeeps because they had very cheap super wheel spins in the car mastery. The super wheel spin perk was removed shortly after. I'm not sure whether the creator of this Iceberg means that the characters and dialogue are literally bad or a bit inappropriate. I'm going to assume that they were talking about how there was some bad language used in cutscenes in the first Forza Horizon game. This bad language was stuff such as drug references. Because of this, the game was rated 12+. In January of 2017, the developer build of Forza Horizon 3 was uploaded instead of the consumer version. In October of 2019, Playground Games referenced this event in the weekly Forza Fun Challenge, which was Forza Horizon 3 themed for its anniversary, calling the first objective Magnum Opus. Opus is the name that was given to this leak. The Norcar is just a base car for every car you see in Forza Horizon 4 and a few other Forza games. It is a Ford Falcon FGX and there were some glitches that let you get in the game. The original glitch to obtain it was playing the game while it was still installing, because some cars might have not been downloaded yet and instead replaced with the Norcar. This Ford Falcon Norcar was also featured in Forza Horizon 3 and Forza Motorsport 7. A quite popular YouTuber called ShinyOdd and his friend got banned in December of 2018 for installing a Rising Sun vinyl onto their cars. The only problem was that at the time it hadn't been announced that the Rising Sun symbol was banned. Forza didn't respond until August of 2020 after another popular YouTuber called AR12 Gaming made a video talking about unfair bans on Forza Horizon. He was banned as well. Playground Games covered this up by saying that ShinyOdd installed a sussy livery onto his car. This was quite obviously false. This entry is unfortunately true. In the original Forza Horizon, there were 67 songs. There was rising from there in each game until Forza Horizon 4, when the soundtrack went from 150 songs to only 100, and then 73 in Forza Horizon 5. Overall, the game went from an average of 120 songs from Horizon 1 to 3 to only about 107 from 1 to 5.
Depot on the beat.
Darius Flint is the main antagonist in the original Forza Horizon game. He was the Horizon champion, winning 3 terms and becoming an international brand in the process. Warren is your player's auto mechanic in Forza Horizon 3. He is mononymously named. This is reference to one of his lines where he is saying in a play on James Bond's catchphrase,
"The name's Warren. It's just Warren."
Obviously because he has no last name. Car Meter Mechanic featured in Forza Horizon 2 and 3. It was just a place for players to showcase their cars. I'm assuming this is talking about those places on the Forza Horizon 5 map where there's just no surface or there's a hole that sinks your car. I've witnessed this in like somewhere in Guanajuato and in a random rock in the desert that literally just had no surface. You could see the outside of the map through it. Pretty weird. Sometimes higher difficulty drivers literally cheat, defying the laws of physics and doing stuff like going around the corner at 9 G-forces without braking. Sometimes expansions test features that might be added later on in the actual game itself, and it doesn't strictly have to be game mechanics. Like switchback roads were experimented with in the Forza Horizon 4 Fortune Island expansion, and then a lot of them were added into Forza Horizon 5. The McLaren P1 Owens edition is a special car made for a kid as part of his Make-A-Wish or something back in Forza Horizon 4. This car was only given to him, hence why a lot of people wanted to mod the game in order to get it, which is kinda disrespectful. Apparently it was created for a boy called Owen, who has a YouTube channel called Epic Gaming 101 and suffers from Escobar. So you can go check his channel out if you want. I think I'll go leave a link in the description. Duke McGuire is a character in the original Forza Horizon game. He's a popular TV star and he appears in a show called Crash Max, which to me sounds a bit like a rip-off of Mad Max. Dak is a character who is also in the original Forza Horizon game. Dak owned the property in Colorado that the Horizon Central Hub was located on. However, he would only let the organisers use it if he got all of the barn find cars in the area after the festival was over. Because many of the barn finds costed millions of dollars, people at the festival felt scammed. The Steamport version can be modded, although there are some roadblocks put in place. The 2012 Mini Cooper John Works Coupe is a unicorn car in Forza Horizon. It's really rare. On the Forza fandom page, it says that you need to have it gifted to you by Turn 10 developers. There isn't really much proof to this entry, but Forza Horizon 4 being in the UK was like a last minute decision, so maybe they were planning to do it in Japan instead. Something that they might be postponing Horizon Japan until the next console comes out, because better graphics and stuff, but yeah, nobody really knows. So I scoured YouTube and stuff for a while trying to find proof of this, but I couldn't really find any, so I'm just assuming that this is theory. Although I do feel like this is sort of believable, because like, somebody basically has to be a higher rank at the festival than your player, otherwise it wouldn't really make much sense.
Depot on the beat.
I think that this one talks about like the Formula Drift cars and stuff that have like cool modifications that you can't put on your own cars, and how Forza adds these into the game instead of letting you do it yourself on one of your cars. Earlier we had the Forza Horizon 4 Ford Falcon, but there has been multiple null cars across all the Forza games. In the original Forza Horizon game, the null car was the 2008 BMW M3, which had the 8.4 litre V10 engine from the Dodge SRT Viper GTS. It is also a D-Class car. This null car isn't as well known as the Ford Falcon FGX one or the Volkswagen Bora one. Someone tried to mod the model of the Senna from Forza Horizon 4 into Horizon 3, and it failed pretty badly. In the files of Forza Horizon, there is an unused car called the 1992 Ferrari Dynamo. However, no such car as the 1992 Ferrari Dynamo exists in real life. Unless you delete all of the save files off of your game, your driver style will outlive you. Forza Horizon characters don't die, even if you crash into a tree at 276 miles per hour. I couldn't find much about this on the internet, but it could make sense because many characters in popular games are modeled off of real people. Probably because it's easier to scan someone than manually modeling them. So people that have heard about this are sort of split in half claiming that it's fake and half claiming that it's real, and that there's files mentioning it. However, I haven't seen any proof, so I'm not sure about this being real. In the E3 build of the original Forza Horizon game, several unused songs were found inside a text file from artists like M83, Skrillex, Adele, and more. Getting ultimate air skills wasn't too hard in Forza Horizon 1 because danger signs weren't a thing, and now it's really easy to get ultimate air skills in Forza Horizon 5, so it's pretty believable that Forza Horizon 5 might still use Forza Horizon 1 code. I couldn't find anything about this, and I highly doubt that it's real, but after seeing those driver tasks cheating earlier, I guess anything could be possible. I left this one till last because it's probably the most nuts one. So this theory goes that after you have won against Darius Flint in the final race of Forza Horizon 1, and you get his 599XX, you get a cutscene where you're showing off your trophy in front of cameras, and then the credits roll and you race off down the highway at top speed. Later on in the credits, you see your new 599XX with tire marks beside it, crashed into a guardrail. Darius Flint is sorta known for not handling losing well. People say that he might have gotten a mechanic to sabotage the car before he gave it to you, or that maybe he bumped you, because he's also described as having bumped his opponents. Pretty strange things. Although this theory says that the protagonist dies in the wreck, I think it would be kind of funny to imagine that they just survived crashing into the guardrail at 200 miles per hour, because they can survive that sort of stuff, as I mentioned earlier. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe for more Forza Horizon videos and maybe leave a like. If you want to watch another video of mine, click here. And if you want to leave a comment or share this video with a friend, you're free to do so. Anyways, I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!